Well, hello there, Capricorn. Welcome to Private Readings. I'm Lady J, and I'm here to talk to you about January. January is going to have 5 weeks in it, so we're going to have 5 columns and 3 rows, as per usual. And indeed, let's light a candle and get the good juju going, all right? And then we'll get started talking about all the other things going on. All righty. I do have a few messages from my better angels and guides. This candle, by the way, is got sandalwood and cardamom musk, so it's delicious. I wish you could smell it. It's fabulous. I really, really like it. Perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the messages from my guiding angels for the month of January for all 12 signs. And I want to thank you all for being here. You guys are amazing and awesome. I appreciate all the likes, shares, and subscribes. It's been really very fun to watch my channel grow this year. It's been fantastic. I cannot wait to see what happens next year. Super fun. All right, so I appreciate you all, and let's talk about the guiding messages. One of them is that we need to all step into our confidence. Okay, so whatever it is we're masters at, we want to remember that we are and that we can feel that. We can let that be something that bubbles through us, and that we don't have to apologize to anybody for being awesome, right? So we'll have that be there. Ta-da! And even as we stand in our confidence, we might find ourselves needing a little help or needing a little, information. So we'll have to ask for it, though. We can't just assume that anyone's going to offer it. We'll have to ask for that. But we can ask for things and ask for help in confidence. And that is how we want to approach this whole month, okay? The other thing to know is that if other people are in their process and needing help, but not asking for it, we can't help until somebody asks, okay? The whole deal is that we need to let people ask for help. If we deprive them of the opportunity of going through the growth period, which includes skinning your knees and falling off the bike and all the things that go into learning how to ride a bike, you have to fall down a bunch of times, don't you? Yeah, so it's important that we allow whoever we're around to go through that process. Otherwise, they'll never grow and they'll never learn, all right? So if they do ask for help because they've realized they can't do it on their own, huzzah, you can totally help. But you got to wait until they ask, all right? It's kind of a weird, funny rule, but we're doing it too, so we have to ask for help when we realize in confidence, haha, I have no idea what I'm doing. And then you ask for help and it will help. People will come, all right? So that is super cool. All right, let's go ahead and get into picking you a guiding card. I have a new deck for you, so we're going to check out this new deck. Let's see it now. This one is called the Spiral Oracle. All of these decks are pre-programmed for you, so I have several decks we're going to play with, as you can see. But this one is here is going to be our guiding card for the month of January. What do we have for Capricorn? Right there, that one. All right. No freebies. All right. So, not today. All right. Let's see what we got. Aha. Open channel. Look at you. You are being guided by outside energies and outside knowledge. All right. And becoming an open channel or acknowledging that you have inner knowing or outer knowing that is coming to you, and you seem to know things before they come up, or you stand in line and you watch somebody in line and you get this whole little download of information that's like, wait a minute, this person's going through a lot of stuff right now, and it feels really very real, and it is very real when that happens. It's part of the process of understanding that you're coming into a psychic understanding and awareness, and that's okay. Don't be afraid. Everything is all right. But there could be some meditations you could do that would help you understand what's going on, but also help you control that so that you don't have to have that going on when you're just wandering around the store, because that's not okay. Technically, it's not okay. I was taught a long time ago that it's akin to being a peeping Tom, which is, like I said, it's not okay. But we can work on that stuff. I'll be working on some additional information in January and February, probably, to create some meditations that you guys can access on a specific, on another playlist, ta-da, where you'll be able to learn how to work with your chakras and open and close them, and learn to be in charge of what's going on in that situation. All right? It will be really cool, and I think that you'll like it, and it will be beneficial to you as well as helpful. And not all of you are going to relate to that at all, and that is okay. All right? But if you're feeling those weird feelings and you're noticing these weird things happening and you don't know what the heck is going on, don't be afraid. It's okay. All right? I got you. Do leave me a comment below. Let me know what you got going on so then I can at least individually help you one-on-one if need be. I'm here for you. All right? So cool. Let's go ahead and look at the cards for the month. All right? So we have this deck, which is that magical Nordic tarot my sister gave me. Thank you, Miss Carol. And we're going to have the 5 columns, right, for the 5 weeks of this month, and 3 rows representing where we are. This will be what's blocking us, and finally our solution for the month of January. Ta-da! Each week we'll have the 3 cards. What? Oh dear. So we pull that up like that. That one is supposed to go there, then there, and then there. Aha. Got to put everything in its place. All right. So, first reading of the day. And yes, things go a little funny. All right, here we go. So, we're going to go in depth on this week, the first week of January at the end of this video, but for now we're going to go and talk about all 5 weeks. All right, so January, which is December 29th through January 4th, you have this week all the tools at your disposal. We have the Magician showing that you have all the tools you need to do whatever you need to do, so it's going to be very productive this particular week. Very cool. I like that. You're going to get productive. You're going to get things done. This feels like prep work. This feels like you doing some hands-on prep work for the upcoming year. Ta-da! You definitely have things going on. So it's good. Being prepared. It might just be getting a whole bunch more paperwork printed out so that you have what you need and you are ready to go for many weeks to come. Ta-da! And you don't have to be like, oh, I just ran out of those. Wait a minute, will I go print this? Da-da. You don't have to do that. You can be totally ready. All right. And now we have the 8 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords is showing me that it's where you're blocked. So there's something going on where you want to be in charge of a situation, or you want to have somebody appreciate your idea. And the fact is, you're going to be showing your idea, but you're going to be feeling stuck in your power. You know, people aren't really hearing you. They aren't getting you. They aren't like responding to your words, which is super frustrating for you. You really like to be all those things. So the reality is that you need to look at it from another person's point of view in order to see it from how they see it, and then you can change your idea a little bit to match them. But all of this is sort of blocked right now. So if you want to just sort of understand that right now is the right time to present your idea, that's the better answer right now, okay? Because there is something going on here where you're working through some limiting beliefs at this time, and maybe the limiting beliefs are more what you want to go through than worrying about this, okay? Because I feel like limiting beliefs could be about where you live, what you do, how you're working, and what's going on around you, okay? You may have told yourself, I'm never going to do that again, or I'm not going to be that person ever again. Dun, 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 dun. You turn around and look in the mirror and you go, son of a gun, here I am. What is going on? I found myself right back where I told myself I was never going to be. You know what? It happens sometimes. We make new decisions based on the current information. So if we remember that we're never supposed to say never, right? So go easy on yourself, all right? So let's talk now about the Knight of Pentacles, which is all about the 5th through the 11th right here. 5th through the 11th, fighting for your worth and value. You want to make sure that you are indeed being paid what you're worth and you're not getting shortchanged in any way. So that's good news. Make sure that paperwork is right. 7 of Cups is about how there's not a lot of choices. You're Seven of Cups is blocked. So you are definitely being, not having as many choices as you would hoped you would have at this point. You're like, oh, okay, well, I have only one or two things to choose from, if any choices at all. So you're going to have to sort of go with what's in front of you as opposed to having a lot of things to work through. All right, so yeah, and there will be somebody of like mind, a feminine energy person who wants to be heard, wants to be seen, and wants to talk to you about stuff. She is part of your solution, so she might be somebody that will help you get your head back on straight and realize, okay, I chose this. Haha. Oh, interesting, right? So you've got all this stuff going on here, but you're realizing that maybe you're going back to it after all, and you've chosen it, but it's, you know, not what you were hoping for in its own right. That's how it goes sometimes. There is going to be, the next week over, the 12th through the 18th, you're definitely going to be having somebody who's all about the money show up and pay attention to what's going on with you. They might be trying to get a good bargain from you, or they're standing around telling you about how much money they saved throughout the time that you haven't seen them. So you might be seeing an old friend who's going to share with you all the good money things that happened to them while you were gone. Great, wonderful, right? Like, but you aren't going to be in a position to be on your own at this time. You're going to be around a lot of people, and as much as you want to go hide in a hole and go, fuck, what am I doing here? What is going on? You're going to have to take a deep breath and go, okay, here it is. I'm here. I'm around people. I need to be social. This is important. And the good news is the solution to all of this craziness is that you're going to have a meeting of the minds with somebody. Somebody around there is going to be equally rolling their eyes at that person, going, seriously? Nobody wants to hear about how good you did with your money when everybody else didn't, okay? So just be aware that this guy gloating about his money is going to piss you off, but it's pissing everybody else off too. So you can actually have that as your binding force between you and other people. And as long as you have to be around them anyway, it's going to be nice to have somebody that you can hang out with and glom onto and not be totally on your own. Yeah, you're definitely going to see some different faces, but don't let it stop you from being okay, all right? Now then, the fourth week over, we're talking about the 19th through the 25th of January, you definitely have some new things going on. You're going to have to ask some questions. The place is going to feel different. So you're going to have more questions. I mean, the fact that you went in for 2 weeks and didn't have to ask too many questions, and now you have a lot of questions. Don't be alarmed. Don't be upset. Nobody else cares that you have questions. They're actually quite happy to answer them. So just allow for yourself to ask those questions. They're allowing for it. They knew they were coming eventually. They knew that you had to get through to the part where you have those questions. And now you'll be responsible for the information in the aftermath, and that'll be okay. Next thing, what's blocking you right now is you don't have the best judgment, okay? So right now you might be making some poor choices. All right, so be careful with your poor choices. Try not to make too many choices at all. Glom onto somebody else who's doing well. Do the buddy system and let their judgment be your judgment. Like I said, someone who's doing well, not someone who's doing crazy stuff, running off at lunch and getting drunk or whatever. That's not going to be your best partner in crime, okay? So do your best to do something new, but also pick a good partner in the process. All of this is going to give you a big idea on how to handle some of this stuff in front of you, even as you're learning the rules. You're going to learn new rules. You're going to be like, okay, well, now here I am getting a big idea. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. And it's going to be great. So you're going to have the opportunity to figure out the system and work it out, okay? It'll work in your favor in the end, all right? Well done. You're so smart. All right. Now, the final weekend of January the 26th through February 1st, we have the King of Swords. All right. So there is going to be somebody over here who's quite particular about how they like things done. You might be quite a bit the boss. They're going to want to be the boss even if they aren't the boss. So be careful about who this person is and try not to let that person be you. It could be you, or it could be this guy from over here, the one who talked too much about his money. he could end up being the person in charge who's trying to talk to you about what's going on, all right? Now then, what's blocking you this week? Believing in yourself, believing in where you are, believing in what's going on. You're not feeling it. You're not feeling like you really understand, believe, or care as much as you hoped you would. There is no physical manifestation for you right now of faith in the fact that you're in the right place, doing the right things, and it feels weird. You feel like you've stepped into an old shoe that doesn't fit anymore. So you're feeling like no faith that you're where you belong, and awkward. Awkward. So be aware of that. Appreciate what that is for you, and know that that information is helpful. It's also blocking you from doing what you need to do in front of you, okay? Do stand up for your ideas, though. This particular week, you can stand up for what you believe in some area, okay? So as you do this, be aware that you're going to want to separate the people out. If you have multiple people that you're trying to convince that you're doing what you want to do and you're having a good time doing it, or you're not having a good time doing it, separate them out. Don't put them all in a big clump, all right? Because if you put them in a clump, they're all going to have different things to argue about. It's going to be difficult, and it won't feel very good, okay? So if you separate them, you'll be more likely to get them on your side. Cool. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and save these cards for later readings, because that's what we do here at Pirate Readings. We come back to them, and we have reference points, which is kind of nice, I think, for the following readings. We don't pull new cards every week. Some do, some don't. All right, so now we have these 3 cards for the December 29th, January 4th. We're going to make them, give them more information using the Wild Unknown Tarot. All right, so let's go ahead and pull these cards and get this new information so that we can see what's coming. All right. Cool. Here we have it. So we have the Magician. We were talking about how for this first week of January, you were going to have all the tools at your disposal. You're making preparations for the year to come. You're getting everything going. You got like, oh, I got my firewood pile. I got all this other stuff going on. You're planning and prepping for what you think will be going on so far in the month or in the year. All right. Yeah, we'll just go with the month for now, and that's good. The foundation of your heart is feeling strong. You're feeling very comforted and supported and appreciated for all the things that you're doing this particular week. So there's a lot of love in the air right now. This is family type love. This is your partner in crime love. This is every kind of thing where you know you're doing the right things and people are appreciating you for what you do, and you're feeling pretty good about yourself. Yay, stepping into your confidence. I love that. Very good news. It's bringing up memories from past, which is sometimes the case when we felt this way before, and it wasn't necessarily the end or beginning of the year. So you've had other times when you felt like this, and it's okay to put it in the bank, all right? You want to make sure your behaviors are not, you don't misbehave, right? We don't want to take advantage of anybody because we're in this good vibes zone. So you want to make sure that you're behaving appropriately in all your relationships. That's good news. And yeah, I mean, it's okay to feel all this good stuff and still be chill, right? So it's good. We like that. Now, where are you blocked? We said that you were blocked in your power. You were blocked from taking your power back in a certain situation, and that's okay. It's an interesting time to be blocked. You have enough tools at your disposal, and you're taking care of a lot of good things. So just maybe it's that pause before the new year gets rolling, so you don't need to be a whole lot of empowered, all right? You can just sort of go, okay, well, that's interesting. But you're thinking about it. You're thinking about ways and means to get empowered again. Think about adding a little bit who you're selling it to, right? Who are you going to sell your idea? And then put a little bit of them in it. Make sure that you're thinking about them and their needs, and then you'll be able to sell your idea, and they'll be like, oh, it's all about me, fabulous, right? So they like that. Okay, now then, what else is blocking you, we have this King of Pentacles. This is a King of Pentacles who is showing us that there's somebody in the mix who worries about money a lot. They're showing up and saying, hey, what if, what if, what if? They're offering you something and you're like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. So you're not going to commit to anything with this King of Pentacles right now. You're right here, you're right now, you're thinking about it, you're pondering it. I feel like this is maybe them offering you the job in the future that you start later on, but you're thinking about it. You're giving it some thought. It's blocking you from all this good time, but you're also remembering that relationship and how that went too. Make sure about how that goes in your head and on paper. And we also have information about things you'll have to learn in order to move forward. So you may have to take some classes or do some other stuff to get yourself, maybe you stepped away from something and now to step back into it, you have to take various classes to get yourself up to date, get all your paperwork in order to do what you want to do. I know it's a lot, but here we are, okay? And now let's talk about your solution. Your solution is stepping through some limiting beliefs, meaning that if you sat back and told yourself, oh, I'm never going to do that again, I'm never ever going to do that again, dun, 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 and you wrote it down, you chipped it away in rock, right? You were like, okay, this is set in stone, I'm never going back. It's a limiting belief. So instead of making yourself say, no, I'm never ever going to do that again, maybe the answer is to chip that away some more and then say, yeah, no, you know what? No, I don't need that. I don't need you. And go break that rock because it's not helping anymore. It's just heavy and cumbersome. And it's a rule you wrote back when you were uncomfortable and unhappy. And when you're uncomfortable and unhappy and you make things, you make up rules for yourself. I think this is a self-imposed rule for yourself. So you're going, no, 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 I don't have to listen to that. You do have enough money to take care of yourself, right? You have enough money to take care of what you're doing and handle what you're in front of you. The question is, do you feel like you want to do some more or what? All right. There is a chance for you to sabotage yourself. Now this could be taking the job or this could be not taking the job, right? So you're thinking it through and you're coming up with a plan, but at the same time, you're definitely unsure. You're definitely unsure. Check the options, check the possibilities, figure out what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do, and understand how that's going to work out for you, all right? So interesting concepts, interesting ideas. We're not slamming doors on ourselves. We're trying to be open to the possibilities. This guy offered you a job, which is blocking you from all this happy joy stuff. But, you know, what do you really want? And what would benefit you in the end? We'll see. So let's go ahead and get you a closing card. This is a Moon Oracle, which I don't remember the full name of, but it's going to be down in the description box. And we're going to pull one for you. What's going on for Capricorn? First week of January. That one. All right. So, these cards like to pick up other cards. Boop, there we go. So, let's talk about what's your closing card. All right. Adventure. Haha. So, adventure. So, you do have the opportunity to have many doors opening in your mind and in your body and in your world. So, I feel like you definitely like the spirit of adventure, and whatever you've been doing for a while has become quite humdrum, quite ordinary. You know every day of the week what you're doing when you get there, and da-da-da-da-da. There's no change. There is no change of... The only thing that changes is the weather, right? So this doesn't feed your sense of adventure at all. And as grounded and awesome as you are, you have a lust for adventure. And now either you're going to go create that adventure on your own, or you're going to enter into something else that brings about that kind of adventure on the daily basis where you aren't really sure what you're going to be doing the next day or that next week. And it could be a little bit more zoomity zoom zoom for you. which I think you actually like. There's something, I'm not going to lie, there's something addictive about that, not really knowing exactly how it's going to go the next week. So hang in there, and I'm going to put this card right here for you, and we are going to get a pocket full of rocks like we did before. Let's do it. All right. Okay. We have black tourmaline, we have carnelian, and we have sapphire. All right. So black tourmaline is keeping you grounded, keeping you on the earth plane, keeping you clear about who you are, what you're doing. Good. That's going to be helpful. It didn't go unnoticed that this is a goat, and it is Capricorn. So there you go. Now then, we're looking at how carnelian is here. It's a second chakra stone. This is a first chakra stone. This is a second chakra stone. And that is your creative and sexual organs and all that other stuff. The creativity lives there, your ability to make things happen, and you have all the tools to make things happen right now. So be aware and hang on to this one mostly. Just be careful what you're creating, right? You want to make sure what you're creating and that you're remembering lessons from past while you're dealing with current people who are standing in your way from moving forward. La 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 la. All of it's here. All of it's relevant and important right now, okay? So be creative with your solutions. You don't have to do exactly what you've heard about from anybody. You need to make sure that you're not walking into a personal trap, all right? This is sapphire. It works between the 5th chakra and the 6th chakra, which is your throat chakra and your third eye. And of course, this one is giving you a vision of what's coming, as well as you being able to verbalize your vision. So as you see what's coming, or you see what you want to see, or see what you do see, and then verbalize that out to the universe, see how the people respond. See how the world is responding to this job offer, and what would be the relevant, how it would affect other people in your life. And is it time for you to maybe go back and do that thing again? Or did you slam that door too soon? Is it time for you to maybe try it out? Or is this like one of those moments you're like, this is poorly timed. I don't know that I can do that this year. There's too many other factors that will be affected. So think it through, come up with a plan, and realize that these rocks are here to support you. And if you want to carry them, they would be helpful to you, all right? Cool. So you don't have to carry those rocks if you don't want to, Capricorn, but they're here to support you if you like. And if you want to carry something else, put it in the comments below. Let me know how it's going. If you carry the ones that are here, put it in the comments below. Let me know what's going on. How do they work? Is it good? Is it working? Is it awesome? Do you feel supported? Do your other rocks help you feel supported? That's awesome. I would love to hear about it. We'll have a communication. We'll have a conversation. It'll be awesome. So, of course, if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do so. It helps my little baby channel grow. I love you guys. I want you to see what's coming in the week ahead so that you're better prepared. That's the whole point of what I'm doing here. So keep coming back, and we'll talk next week about the 5th through the 11th of January. Thank you.